Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this beautiful Cape Town day. Nikki, you are looking absolutely stunning. And Travis, you don't brush up too badly either under the circumstances. Will you please be seated? Nikki and Travis, your friends and family, many of whom have travelled a very long way today to share with the two of you a defining moment in your lives. This is probably the most important occasion of your lives. And we're going to get into the service just now, but as we begin, there's going to be a reading by Arlene. Arlene, will you come and read for us, please?
A reading from the first letter of St. Paul to the Corinthians. Brothers and sisters, strive eagerly for the greatest spiritual gifts, but I shall show you a still more excellent way. If I speak in human and angelic tongues, but do not have love, I am a resounding gong and a clashing cymbal. And if I have the gift of prophecy and comprehend all mysteries and all knowledge, if I have all faith so as to move mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give away everything I own, and if I hand my body over so that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient, love is kind. It is not jealous, it is not pompous, it is not inflated, it is not rude. It does not seek its own interests. It is not quick-tempered, it does not brood over injury, it does not rejoice over wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails. The word of the Lord.
Thank you, Arlene. Nicely read. Lovely to hear an American accent in Cape Town. I was hoping it was going to be a southern drawl, but we've come today to celebrate with you this really great day. And I want to talk to you for just a little while about one of the words, really, that was used in that passage. And I want to link it to something which is shining very brightly on us at the moment, link it to the word son. Son has three letters, S-U-N. Transpose that into married love, and we're looking at self-sacrificial love, unconditional love, and never-ending love. The word that occurs most frequently in the passage that Arlene read so beautifully for us just now is the word love. But there's something you probably don't know about that particular word. In the Greek language in which the New Testament was written, there are 4 different words for love. Father-child love, brother-brother love. The word used there is the Greek word agape. And agape has the very special connotation of self-sacrificial love. That applies to your relationship. It's interesting that that word agape is the least used of the 4 in classical Greek, but the most used of the 4 in biblical Greek. And that's very important in and of itself. So, first of all, self-sacrificial love simply means that you love each other so much that you would rather do anything for your partner than putting what you want first in this relationship. So Travis, that means every time you look at your stunning wife and you say, Nikki, I love you very, very much. Not only are you saying, Nikki, you're just a beautiful lady, you've got a lovely sense of humour, lovely personality. Over the last couple of years, you have crept into the centre of my heart and you are my favourite person in the whole world. And because you are that, and because I love you so much, I, Travis, would rather do anything for you, Nikki, than putting my wants and desires ahead of yours in this relationship. That's self-sacrificial love. That's agape. And the same obviously applies to you, Nikki. Every time you look at your husband and you say, Travis, ek het jou lief, I'll confuse him anyway. You're saying, Travis, in you I see not only a stunning example of macho American male, you are tall and good-looking and broad-shouldered and hairy chest and huge bank account. 3 out of 5 is not bad. You're saying, Travis, you're my man. You are now the only man in the world who really matters to me. And because I, Nikki, love you, Travis, that much, I would rather do anything for you than putting my wants and desires ahead of yours in this relationship. That's self-sacrificial love. Genuine love is described in one way like this. Love is giving and expecting nothing in return. That's what love is. Love is giving and expecting nothing in return. But if you can see there, if you're both giving to each other in that self-sacrificial way, you are both receiving 100%. Marriage is not a 50-50 business. Marriage is a 100% business, and then you make a really good marriage. If you only do that one thing, your marriage is going to be a really great and really successful marriage. The second is unconditional love. Unconditional love means there are no conditions in this relationship. Pretty obvious, really. But when you try and define why the two of you love each other, there shouldn't be any reason at all other than we love each other because we love each other. That's the bottom line. It's not I love you because, or I will love you more if. And if ever conditions come into this relationship where you start to say I will love you more if, or I will love you more when, then you're going to be looking for little problems in your relationship. Nikki, you might be saying, Travis, I will love you more when you have your Porsche Carrera or something like that, or you might be saying, listen, I don't love your Boerewors rolls, Nikki, very much when you can do a good American steak or a ribeye steak. I love you more if you can do that. Don't do any of that. As soon as you feel a little bit of gap in between the two of you, you will know that something's going wrong. One of you is being selfish, one of you is being conditional in your love for each other. Self-sacrificial, unconditional, never-ending. Never-ending love. I know the hearts of the two of you that you are looking at a long-term marriage here, 30, 40, 50, hopefully 60 years into the future. And Nikki, I have a very special favor to ask you. On your 50th wedding anniversary, will you please send me an invitation to the party? I will be 123 years old at that stage. I'm looking forward to joining you, and you know the address where you can send the invitation as well. But that's what you're looking at. You're looking at a long-term relationship. And I've got some bad news for you, and I've also got some good news for you. The bad news is this: every single married couple runs into problems. Sooner or later, something is going to hit your marriage which is going to cause the two of you a serious problem. You will know it again when a problem comes, because you'll just feel a little bit of distance between the two of you, and you know that there's a problem on its way. That's the bad news. The secret that you need to know is how you handle problems as they hit your marriage, because they're going to. And my suggestion, told to me by a very old man a very long number of years ago, is when you feel a problem coming onto you, you wrap your arms around each other. You say, I love you so much, come hell or high water, we are going to work our way through this problem together. Now comes the good news. The good news is that when you get through that problem and you successfully defeated it, you will learn two things. First of all, that the problem actually wasn't as bad as you thought it was going to be, because most problems in the final analysis are not. The second thing that you will learn is, because you've pooled your resources, you've made up for each other's weaknesses with your own strengths, you've pooled those resources and you've dragged your way through that problem, you've defeated the problem, you will find that your relationship is stronger because of that. When we get problems as individuals, if we handle them properly, it makes us stronger people. Even more true of a married relationship, because the two of you will be one flesh. Yes, individuals, but one flesh. And when you work your way through a problem, it will make you stronger as a married couple. You ask any couple, your parents who've been married a long time, if that's not true, and they will say, no, Doug and Jenny will say, no, never had a problem in our lives, so, but no, in reality, that'll be the truth, because we worked our way through the problems together. There you have it: self-sacrificial love, unconditional love, never-ending love, guaranteed that if you do all those three things, you are going to have one of those phenomenal relationships where in 30 years' time, people step back and say, that's fantastic, how have those two got it together so well? And when they say that to you, you're going to be able to say, well, we heard a message about Sun, S-U-N, self-sacrificial, no, never ending. But that's based on Sun. You won't forget that, will you? No, of course you will. I mean, ridiculous. I've written it down for you in a little card that I'm going to give to you just now, so that you won't forget it. So into the more formal part of the wedding, I'm going to come over here now, so I'm not blocking everybody all the time. Let me just stand in front of you for a while. We've come together to celebrate this great day with you. Marriage is given that husband and wife may comfort and help each other, living faithfully together when times are great and when times are difficult, in times of joy and in times of sorrow. It's given that with delight and tenderness and enjoyment, the two of you may experience many, many years of building this relationship together. And through the joy of being together in your physical union, you may strengthen the union of your hearts and lives. Marriage is given that you may enjoy raising your own family and bringing up your children to become complete and fulfilled adult human beings in their own right. So in marriage, the two of you belong to each other. Today, you begin a brand new life together in your community as a married couple. And marriage is a way of life that everybody must honour, mustn't be undertaken lightly or selfishly, but seriously and after careful thought. This is the way of life designed and created and blessed by God, into which the two of you are now to be joined. You will each give your consent to the other. You will join hands and exchange some very solemn promises, as a token of which you will each give and receive a ring. Therefore, Nikki and Travis, on your wedding day, I know that your friends and family are praying with you, or crossing fingers or holding thumbs or whatever they're doing, that God will grant to the two of you one of those really fantastic, long-lasting, superb marriages which goes on and on and on into the future. We're all wishing that, hoping that, and praying for that for you. But first, I'm required to ask that if there's anyone here present who knows any reason why these two may not legally marry, you must declare it now. No takers. That was your last chance, Travis. Travis, will you take Nikki to be your wife? Will you love her and comfort her, honour her and protect her, and forsaking all other relationships, be faithful only to Nikki as long as you both shall live?
I will.
Nikki, was it that statement or the volume that shocked you?
Volume.
Yeah, the volume, okay. Nikki, will you take Travis to be your husband? Will you love him and comfort him, honour him and protect him, and forsaking all other relationships, be faithful only to Travis as long as you both shall live?
I will.
Who gives this woman to be married to this man?
We do.
Can you say that again?
Say it.
We do.
Thank you.
We do.
You didn't practice, did you? You did not practice. I asked you to practice. That's a very important part of the ceremony, where the bride's parents give their blessing on this marriage. Why the groom's parents don't have that, I've absolutely no idea. But that's the way it's always done. Jubes, would you come and take Nikki's bouquet, please? The two of you turn and face each other. Join your right hands together. And Travis, will you say to Nikki, I, Travis,
I, Travis,
take you, Nikki,
take you, Nikki,
to be my wife,
to be my wife,
secure in the knowledge
secure in the knowledge
that you will be my constant friend,
that you will be my constant friend,
my faithful partner in life,
my faithful partner in life,
and my one true love.
and my one true love.
In the presence of these witnesses,
In the presence of these witnesses,
I promise to stay by your side
I promise to stay by your side
through all that life has for us,
through all that life has for us,
in good times and in difficult times,
in good times and in difficult times,
in times of joy and in times of sorrow.
in times of joy and in times of sorrow.
And I promise to love you
And I promise to love you
without reservation
without reservation
for as long as we both shall live.
for as long as we both shall live.
Will you release your hands? Now, Nikki, that says that you're still an independent young lady in your own right. If you would like to, you can now reach out and take Travis' right hand and make your vows to him. I, Nikki,
I, Nikki,
take you, Travis,
take you, Travis,
to be my husband,
to be my husband,
secure in the knowledge
secure in the knowledge
that you will be my constant friend,
that you will be my constant friend,
my faithful partner in life,
my faithful partner in life,
and my one true love.
and my one true love.
In the presence of these witnesses,
In the presence of these witnesses,
I promise to stay by your side
I promise to stay by your side
through all that life has for us,
through all that life has for us,
in good times and in difficult times,
in good times and in difficult times,
in times of joy and in times of sorrow.
in times of joy and in times of sorrow.
And I promise to love you
And I promise to love you
without reservation
without reservation
for as long as we both shall live.
for as long as we both shall live.
Matt, can we have the rings, please? Would you give the bride's ring to the groom and the groom's ring to the bride? And I'd like the two of you just to put those rings together and hold them together so that everybody can see them up a little bit higher, and the main reason for that is because I want to have a look at them too. Yeah. Those are very pretty rings. Those are the most important pieces of jewellery you will ever wear. Wedding rings are a lot different from any other piece of jewellery. They make statements, they're symbolical. Let me share just two of the symbolisms with you. Wedding rings are always made out of very valuable metals and stones, and that seeks in some way to express the value of your relationship. I'm going to remind you of something which you already know. As long as the two of you live, you will never ever have a more valuable or more precious human relationship than the one you are officially starting this afternoon. And of course, a ring is a circle, and a circle symbolizes something which doesn't have any ending. So as you put these rings on each other's fingers, and as we say the little words, and as you flash them around to all your friends when you get home as well, and during the ceremony here, you're declaring, I recognize this is the most valuable human relationship we will ever have, and as far as I'm concerned, this is going to last until one of us or both of us leaves this earth. So with those thoughts in mind, Travis, will you put that very pretty ring on your wife's finger? And hold it in position there. You say, Nikki, I give you this ring
Nikki, I give you this ring
as a sign of our marriage.
as a sign of our marriage.
I want you to know
I want you to know
that I love you
that I love you
and honor you.
and honor you.
All that I am, I give to you,
All that I am, I give to you,
and all that I have, I share with you,
and all that I have, I share with you,
now and for the rest of our lives.
now and for the rest of our lives.
Your turn, Nikki. Remember, if it gets stuck, you just spit on it, don't you? No disappointment straight on. Cool. Shall I do it for you? Just hold it on there and say, Travis, I give you this ring
Travis, I give you this ring
as a sign of our marriage.
as a sign of our marriage.
I want you to know
I want you to know
that I love you
that I love you
and I honor you.
and I honor you.
All that I am, I give to you,
All that I am, I give to you.
and all that I have, I share with you,
And all that I have, I share with you,
now and for the rest of our lives.
now and for the rest of our lives.
Hold hands in the middle, turn and face your friends. At this point in the ceremony, Darren is going to read for the couple.
The Apache Wedding Prayer. Now you will feel no rain, for each of you will be shelter to the other. Now you will feel no cold, for each of you will be warmth to the other. Now there is no more loneliness, for each of you will be companion to the other. Now you are two bodies, but there is one life before you. Go now to your dwelling place, to enter into the days of your togetherness, and may your days be good and long upon the earth. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you very much. Stacey, are you going to do a prayer for us, please? Sure.
Let us bow our heads. Heavenly Father, richly bless Nikki and Travis in the promises that they have made to each other today. May they be loyal companions to each other, and that may they be loving and wise parents. And in this world where there is much disillusion and disappointment, where love brings delight and healing, make them a visible symbol of that love. And as you bless the special couple today, bless each union represented here. Perfect our imperfect love with the joy that comes from above. Nikki and Travis, may the Lord bless you and take care of you always, and forever keep you in the palm of his hand. Amen.
Amen. In the presence of God and before this wonderful group of some of your favourite people in the whole world, the two of you have given your consent. You've made your marriage vows to each other. You've declared your marriage by the joining of hands and by each giving and receiving a ring. I therefore proclaim, Travis and Nikki, that you be husband and wife together. And now, Travis, you may do that for which you've been practicing for a considerable amount of time. You can kiss your wife. Now, my daughter's married to an American. They live in the States, but I've never seen such a pathetic American kiss in the whole of my life. Your photographers are battling to even get a glimpse of it there, so Travis, man, do it properly. Be a South African for a moment. Arms and tongues and get a grip of your wife. At least once more.